By far, the number one question I get asked more than any others is not, Ted, where do you get your protein? That used to be the question. Now the question is, what do you eat exactly? And even if I tell people, it doesn't seem to be good enough. I can tell people, like, I just eat fruit. And they're like, so what do you actually eat? Like, for breakfast? And I'd be like, well, for breakfast I have fruit, for lunch I have fruit, and for dinner I have fruit. And they're still like, well, what do you actually eat? And even if I tell people, I'm like, look, man, I have tomatoes, avocados, peaches, plums, nectarines, durian, avocado, bananas, dates, honeydew, cantaloupe, watermelon, pineapple, papaya, mangoes. It still doesn't seem to be good enough. People still want to actually like see what I eat. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what I've been eating over the past few days, what I'm going to be eating for the next few days. My diet changes depending on the seasons. There's something called a sun out there, and that sun light is going to determine the seasons. The rotation of the planet is going to determine the seasons. The sun is just doing its thing, but it's the rotation of the planet that determines the seasons. And we've been so disconnected from eating raw fruits and vegetables that we are unaware that, wow, like seasons actually affect what we eat for the most part. Because most people just go to the grocery store and buy prepackaged stuff. But when you're eating raw, fresh fruits and vegetables, you can only eat what's growing, what is having that life force, what has the connection to the sunshine, what has the connection to the rotation of the planet. So a fruit and vegetable diet is a diet that's based on what the planet's doing. If the planet's going like this, or there's too many clouds coming over because the ocean is dispersing more water, whatever, then it's going to affect the crops, it's going to affect the rain cycle, it's going to affect the harvest, is going to affect what fruits and vegetables I eat. So right now, for example, again, this is always changing, but right now what I'm eating is a diet predominantly, and I'm in Canada too, this depends where you are, of course. I'm eating a diet predominantly made up of apples. These are organic. What are they called? Organic white delicious or green delicious? Not green delicious. Organic golden delicious. That's a better word for it. Organic golden delicious. I've got some oranges. I'll just show you. Screw it. Look at this. This is the diet. This is the fruit diet right now. Fruit and vegetable diet. And I say fruit and vegetable because I've also got some daily green boost here. This is barley grass extract. It's just been dehydrated. So I just add water to this and boom, it instantly turns into green juice again because I don't feel like making green juice. If you want to get some of this yourself, I highly recommend it. Super high in minerals. Minerals that you're not going to find in high quantities in fruits. It's mostly coming from vegetables. And this has like the powerhouse extract of minerals. So daily green boost, use the code TEDCARD to save yourself 10% on an order. But I'm also, focusing, all my calories is right here. All my calories is coming from the oranges, it's coming from the apples, it's coming from the dates, it's coming from the bananas over there. So I got bananas, oranges, melons, apples, dates, and then I've also got some shaga mushroom. Shaga mushroom is a powerful, powerful mushroom. If you don't know much about it, highly recommend doing some research on shaga and reishi mushroom. These things are super powerful, man. If you want to get some of those, the link is in the description as well. Now, you want to make sure when you're ordering these, by the way, you use the dual extract type. A lot of people order the cheap stuff online. It's not dual extract. You want to get dual extract on the mushrooms. But yeah, this is what I eat, man. I'll have some melon. I'll have some oranges. I'll have some apples. I'll have some bananas. I'll have some dates. The dates you always want soaked. You always want to soak your dates in water. See, they're soaking right now. So when they're soaked, there's two benefits. Number one, they're just softer. They're going to break down easier. They're going to digest a lot easier, especially when you blend them up. The other benefit is that they're hydrating now. They're not dehydrating. When you eat dried food, you become dehydrated. A diseased body is a dehydrated body. It's hard to be in disease when you're well hydrated, when all your cells are hydrated. And the way you hydrate your cells is by eating high water content fruits and vegetables. So when you have dried food, you want to make sure you rehydrate them. So dates are a great, great calorie source. They're super calorie dense. They are really cheap. They're delicious. You can add them to any smoothie. You can add them to any sauce. They're amazing. The one thing about dates is you don't want to eat them dried, and you don't want to eat them dried. And if you do eat them dried, make sure you floss, make sure you brush your teeth after, because they're like candy. They get stuck between your teeth. They can cause cavities, just like any candy would. And then when it comes to the bananas back there, I don't feel my best when I'm eating mostly bananas, but I can definitely have like 5 or 6 bananas in a day, no problem. But if I'm having like 20 bananas a day or something, I just don't feel my best. I don't seem to have like the satiation factor there. I can eat like 20 bananas in a day and still feel like, oh, I need something else. Whereas the other food, I feel much more satisfied, like with oranges or melons or mangoes or papayas or peaches or nectarines or something like really, really good like that. So Keep in mind, if you are having a lot of bananas, make sure you add in a lot of berries to your smoothies or even dates to help with the satisfaction factor. Also, if you're having a lot of bananas, I find that having an avocado in there helps with the satisfaction factor as well. I wouldn't mix the bananas and avocados per se, but have your bananas first and then wait a bit and then have your avocado. You always want to have avocado. You always want to have fats after you have the sugar. So sugar first and then fat. And then when it comes to mixing things like the two sugar foods like bananas and melons, you want to make sure you have the melons first. You always want to make sure you have the highest water content foods first. So eat your melons, eat your berries, eat your grapes, eat your oranges first, and then have your bananas after. I had this morning routine. I was living in California for a bit one time, and I had this morning routine where I'd wake up every morning, I'd eat a couple oranges, I'd eat a banana, and then go for a big run. That was my routine. And then one morning, I wasn't thinking right, and I just woke up and I had the banana first, then I had my couple oranges, and then I went for the run. I was like, oh, why does my stomach feel like shit? What happened? I'm like, oh my God, I know exactly why. The only thing I did differently was I had the banana first and then the oranges on top. So why that makes a difference is because it's like your intestines are like a slide, you know, and if you put the fast kids down the slide first, they go down the slide, boom, they get out of the way, they get out of the tube. But if you put like the big fat kid down the slide and he gets stuck, and then you put the fast kids down, the orange is coming, boom, they're gonna run into the fat kid and it's gonna cause a pileup. So it's like the start of a running race too. You don't put the slow runners at the start of a running race, then shoot the gun and everyone runs and all the people run past the slow runners. The slow runners start at the back. Get the fast runners out of the way first. So it's like eating food. You want to eat the highest water content fruits first and then have the denser ones. So if you're mixing avocado and watermelon, you want to have the watermelon first and then the avocado. And like I said, when you're mixing fat and sugar, you always want to have the sugar foods first and then the fat. So hope this video was helpful. Now you know what I eat, now you know how I eat. I also do intermittent fasting. So I'll typically eat between 12 and 4 p.m. I'm not entirely dogmatic about it. Sometimes I'll wait 11:59, I'm not gonna eat. As soon as 12 o'clock comes, fine, I'll eat. But usually it's like roughly 12, I'll start, and then roughly 4 p.m., I'll stop. But again, I'm not dogmatic about it. If I don't happen to be around food until 2 p.m. or something, then I won't eat until 2, and I'll stop maybe at like 6 or 8 p.m. or something. But I always feel my best when I start around noon and I stop around 4 p.m. That way when I go to bed at 9 or 10 p.m. later, my intestines are already fully empty. I feel totally empty and clean and ready to have some nice vivid dreams. So this is what I eat today. This is how I eat. Hope you got something from this video. If you did, awesome. I would love to see you at the 2019 Canada Fruit Fest happening August 9th to the 12th. It's gonna be 500 of us all gathered lakeside in British Columbia. Dude, it's gonna be amazing. Coming from me, I'm a bit biased, right? I'm organizing the festival, but just talk to any attendees who came last year. They'll tell you what an amazing time it was for everyone. Even though the weather was kind of crap last year, it was still a really, really cool time. So if you want to come hang out with 500 amazing, like-minded vegans, all learning about raw foods, all learning about relationships, learning about intermittent fasting, learning about fitness, learning about yoga and meditation and other self-development practices, the 2019 Canada Fruit Fest is going to be where you want to be. You can get your tickets right now at canadafruitfest.ca/tickets, and that'll be that. If you want to use the code COMEFRUIT yourself, you'll save yourself 25 bucks on the ticket. Prices do go up at the end of every month, so be sure to get on this now if you're watching this before the end of the month. Okay, peace out, much love.